Joint ownership, even with your spouse, is not particularly the best estate planning strategy because there's many potential negative consequences or pitfalls for joint ownership. Number one, it negates any legal documents that you've spent time and money to prepare or have prepared. If I have a will that says upon my death, I leave everything to my spouse and I spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to have that will drawn up, and then I go to the bank and I set up a bank account and I title it joint with my spouse, or I purchase a home and I title it joint with right of survivorship, or I have a retirement account or a life insurance policy and I name my spouse as a beneficiary, all of those forms of titling have totally negated the need for a legal document. I've spent money on a legal document that I'm not going to need. Another potential pitfall of joint ownership, especially with spouses, is joint ownership does not take into the condition of the surviving owner. When my mother passed away, my father survived and he was in a nursing home. If my parents had owned a bank account joint, that bank account would have gone to my dad regardless of the fact that he was in a nursing home. He would not have been protected. So joint ownership is not the best way to own things if you want your surviving owner, especially if it's your spouse, to be protected. The other negative pitfall with joint ownership, again, even with married couples, is that at some point, somebody's going to go through probate. Again, imagine that my wife and I own a bank account jointly and we're traveling somewhere without our daughter and there's an accident and I die instantly and Missy dies 3 days later. Well, that joint bank account is going to go from me to Missy, but then how does Missy get it to our daughter Callie? She's going to have to go through probate. So the best way to have an estate plan is a revocable living trust, because it's like joint ownership as far as access goes, but it allows you to pass things to the surviving owner outside of probate. It allows you to protect the surviving owner from regardless of what circumstances they may be in at the time of your death. And nobody ever goes through probate in your family if you title things in the name of a revocable trust.